In a familiar script, it comes down to the heavyweights in Class B. The owners of the last 5 Class B titles meet up once again. Chanhassen trying to win a 4th straight championship. Miesville trying to survive and force another day. Live state amateur tournament baseball coming up next on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Town Ball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.
Hello everybody and welcome to Chaska Athletic Park, the Class B championship. The stage set. If Chanhassen wins tonight, they'll have secured a 4th straight Class B title. Miesville back in the title round. If they win, we'll do it all over again tomorrow afternoon right here in Chaska for a winner-take-all matchup. Chan in their red tops. Familiar red tops during this run. Their 5th straight time in the championship game in Class B. An unprecedented run by this dynasty. And Miesville will be the road team here tonight. Go back to how they got here. Chanhassen took out the Moorhead Mudcats in round 1, then got by Rochester in round 2, then beat Champlin Park in round 3 to get into the championship driver's seat, so to speak, in the winner's bracket. And then Friday night in Hamburg, a 3-2 victory over the Mudhens, a contentious battle. The Mudhens led early, but eventually Chan able to overcome their rivals. As for the Mudhens, all business early. Took out Chaska 9-0 in the first weekend, then a 10-run win over East Grand Forks before beating New Market and then falling Friday night and then playing last night in a great matchup, a walk-off win over the Champlin Low Gators. Do they have enough left in the tank to get it done here against their rivals? It'll be Thomas Thompson, the starting pitcher here tonight, tournament veteran himself. And once again on the hill in a championship matchup, as John Straka, will mention more about him here in a minute, has done the heavy lifting for Chan to this point, but having pitched a complete game against Miesville on Friday night, perhaps not available, so they go with the veteran Thompson as the leadoff man. Max Gam for Miesville flies out to right field. Justin Arnold out there making a nice running catch. So 1 up, 1 down for Thompson. And the lineup looks like this after Gam. Then it's Joey Warner, then Matt Vanderbosch, Aston Ledoux, Nate Hammis, Ronnie Sweeney, Brian Sprout, Max Morris, and then Ben Vojevich batting 9th and playing left field. They use him sparingly, but he's in the lineup as Jake Smith, one of last night's heroes. Not in the lineup here tonight for Miesville. Thompson starts off Warner with strike 1. Joey involved heavily in last night's action. A solo home run over the center field fence in Waconia. We mentioned Joey, 10th in the nation in batting average in Division II at Mankato this year. A great player he is. Joey's starting to heat up a little bit. Werner now batting .316 in the tournament. 6 hits, 5 RBI, including that huge solo home run. At the time, put Miesville up in the late innings. And Werner able to hang here against Thompson. So again, these two played a tight contest, and as Chanhassen has done throughout this run, the three-peat, somehow able to pull out the close games. A lot of that due to the horse on the mound, John Straka. Straka 3-0 in the tournament, a 1.08 ERA, 25 innings pitched, and Werner finds a spot on the left side. Miesville has its first base runner, a 1-out single from the number 2 man in the lineup. And that'll bring up player-manager Matt Vanderbosch. Matt DH last night against the Low Gators. He is playing center field, where Jake Smith had been playing. Spoke a lot about Matt and what he's meant here to Miesville, and he is having a great year for Miesville, and then the tournament as well. First pitch from Thompson, swung on and missed, and Vanderbosch batting .333 in the tournament, 5 RBI, 2 clutch RBI singles again last night for Matt. 1999 state tournament MVP out of Hastings High School, leading the Raiders to a title. Lavorsi on the throw, not in time, so Werner swipes second, no surprise there. They like to get him moving. He is a pest on the base paths. When he gets on, he does not stay in one place. He likes to dance out there, force the action. A little hit and run action there, Vanderbosch. Now facing a 1-1 count, one out in the inning. And he slaps that one into right. Arnold coming on, makes the running catch. Now Werner played it halfway. Coming off the bat, that looked like it had a chance, so Werner was thinking score. And because of that, and Arnold's momentum, he had to scurry back to second and stay there. Big out for the Birds. 2 down. And now it's Austin Ledoux. Austin DHing. He played left field last night. Austin has moved up on the hitting charts here in the tournament for Miesville. Another .333 hitter in the middle of this lineup. And Austin with 6 hits, 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Can be prone to the strikeout. He struck out 6 times so far in the tournament. 0-1 the count from Thompson. Swung out and missed. Actually, it was a foul tip out of Lavorsi's glove. And because of the foul tip, Joey Werner will have to trot back down to second. It's a miss, swing and a miss. Then we have Werner on third. Instead, it's an 0-2 count. So Ledoux in the hole at the dish. Werner back to second, 2 outs in the inning. Thompson trying to work around the Werner single and stolen base here. Thompson goes outside. Ledoux does not chase. Now Thompson has 1 start. He started against Champlin. 7 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs in that game. And Champlin, a very good lineup. That was a battle, 7-4 victory in that game for Chanhassen. The upstart Low Gators, young feisty lineup. Took Miesville to the limit last night, the Mud Hens surviving. That's the tough part about that Friday night game. Losing and having to drop down, and they had to use Jake Dickmeyer, who pitched 7 innings last night. We'll have more on the starter for Miesville when they go into the field. Strike 3 called. Thompson works his way out of it. We head to the bottom of the first on PrepSpotlight.tv. Zeros on the board. Chan coming to bat.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Thomas Thompson, the Chanhassen starter. Solid first inning. Works around the Joey Werner single and stolen base. And now Chan with a familiar lineup. We say that, and it is different from the Friday night matchup, by the way, against Miesville. Aaron Paff will lead it off like he usually does, but Brandon Arnold's back, batting second and playing his usual shortstop position. Brandon, a coach on the Jordan High School football staff. They had a game Friday night down in Worthington, so Brandon actually had to miss the game, the player manager. Michael Giorgella having a good tournament. He bats third. Then it's Zach Huffman, the power-hitting first baseman. Riley Johnson will bat sixth. Ben Lavorsi, Riley fifth, then Ben Lavorsi sixth. In the seventh spot, Justin Anderson, then Aaron Klepner, and Justin Arnold, the right fielder, will bring up the rear in the lineup. And they will face Matt Moore. So Matt Moore, out of St. Thomas, part of the St. Thomas connection here for this Miesville squad. 6'4". On the mound, tall righty. Has not pitched yet in the tournament. In fact, Miesville has used 3 pitchers. Jake Dickmeyer has 3 starts in the tournament. Mentioned he went 7 innings. Riley Ahern has also pitched 18 2/3 innings. He pitched Friday night. So, in theory, maybe those 2 are available, but they're going to go with the youngster here. Thomas Sjogren has pitched 2 2/3, and Quinn Kruger pitched 2 innings last night in getting that victory over Champlin. So Aaron Paff, the leadoff man left fielder for Chanhassen, the lefty, will dig in. Aaron batting .357 from that leadoff spot, 5 hits. Takes two quick strikes from Moore. Miesville don't have a lot of stats we can track down for the Mud Hens, so no stats on Moore in the regular season. And Paff's on board again as he drops that one into left, a leadoff single. Paff's 6th hit of the tournament, and that'll bring up Brandon Arnold. So we mentioned Brandon missing that game Friday night. Brandon batting .286, but he's clutch. Had a clutch RBI single, ended up being the game-winning run that he drove in against Rochester. Remember, that was back in the single elimination portion of the bracket. It seems that Chan always has a game during this dynastic run. They've always had a game in that first round where they've struggled to move on. This year it was Rochester, but they get the 2-1 victory as Arnold moves Paff over with the sac bunt. Sticking to the basics here are the Redbirds, and now it's Michael Jurgella. Jurgella, the leading hitter in the lineup for Chan, .385. Had that big home run against Champlin early in that contest. He walked 5 times. 3-run jack, all 3 RBIs for him in the tournament, coming on that one big swing over the left field fence in Hamburg. 0-1 the count. So Matt Moore pumping in strikes. One and 1 the count on Jurgella. Jurgella has moved around the diamond for this team this year, exclusively playing third base so far in the tournament. Can also play second and first. I mentioned the power he can bring to the plate. And another St. Cloud State connection. Brandon Arnold, great St. Cloud State player after a tremendous career at Chanhassen High School. And he has used that St. Cloud connection. Put this solid lineup together. 1-2 the count, 1 out. Pitch from Moore is outside, 2-2. On the season, Jurgella led the team with a .456 average, 5 jacks, 9 doubles, 35 RBI. He has been on the all-tournament team the last 2 years. They call him Jugs. That's his nickname. 2-2 the count. Nate Hammis doing a nice job. Veteran catcher for Miesville getting out, blocking that one. That holds Paff at second. Full count now on Jurgella. Swung on and missed. Good pitch from Moore. Jurgella is not happy with himself, but a huge strikeout for Miesville. Now 2 outs. It'll be up to Zach Huffman to keep things moving. Zach Huffman hit a 3-run jack in the opener against Moorhead, showing off power. Overall, a .235 average, so Zach would like to get on track here after that big opening night. Does lead the team with 6 RBI, though, in the tournament. In a big spot here, 2 outs. Paff at second. Big righty Matt Moore working. Pumps in strike number 1. So Zach Huffman, also a great player at St. Cloud State. And one of 2 players from New Ulm, including Paff, who's on second right now, that have made their way to the Chan Redbirds. 0-1 the count on Zach. 1-1. Zach's brother, JT, plays for the New Ulm Brewers. They were hoping to be able to play here in Chaska as well, but knocked out last night by the Milroy Yankees. 1-1 count on Huffman. And strike number 2. Good crowd on hand here for this final, at least Chan hoping it's the final game in the Class B season. This place was jumping earlier. Watertown played back-to-back games, won both of them. And they travel with a circus. 1-2 the count. 2 outs, time called by Huffman. We do have a game going on in Waconia as we speak. That's the other Class C semifinal. Watertown pushed their way into tomorrow's final. Sobieski in control in the 8th inning over in Waconia. Looking like a Skis Red Devils matchup tomorrow. 1-2 pitch coming. Swung out and missed. Moore battles back with 2 Ks to get out of it through 1. Zeros on the board in Chaska.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
Move on to the second inning. Athletic Park in Chaska. Class B championship round. If Chan wins, they bring home a 4th straight crown. If Miesville can survive, they will force the winner-take-all championship tomorrow afternoon right back here at Athletic Park. Nate Hammis due up for Miesville. Then it'll be Ronnie Sweeney and Brian Sprout facing Thomas Thompson. These two have met in these rounds before, going back to the last champion prior to Chanhassen was Miesville. They won it 2 years in a row. And back in 17, kind of the same script other than the fact that it was Miesville battling back and then winning, beating Chan twice to win it all. Then the following year, it was Chanhassen that got knocked out in that Friday matchup against Miesville. And they battled back through the losers bracket to win it all. So this has played out over the last half decade between these two in familiar fashion. You know, what Miesville wants to change on the script is having a different title winner for the first time in 4 years is Thompson, coming right after the hammer. Hammis, 1-1 count. Hammis 263 in the tourney, 7 RBI though. Another clutch bat when needed, leading the team in ribbies. Thompson will velocity on his ball here, clearly feeling it coming out in this championship matchup. 2-1 count on the hammer. Hammis sizes that one up. It's to Klepner at second. Klepner swallows it up, throws over to first. Now it's the sweet swinging lefty Ronnie Sweeney coming up. Ronnie, 188 in the tournament. He's got 3 hits. But again, 3 RBI. First pitch from Thompson. Taken for a strike. Thompson, Chanhassen graduate from 2019, so he's a youngster. Another St. Cloud State player, and also, by the way, the brother-in-law of player-manager Brandon Arnold. And Sweeney down the right field line. Well, the umpire was out there, had a good look at it. He says it's foul. From this angle, it's hard to tell. Their games earlier here today, down the left field line, through the netting from our angle. You really can't tell where that is. I mean, it's right on the line to us, but umpire calls or says it's foul. So it's 0-2 now on Ronnie. So the Thompson-Arnold connection. As the 0-2 pitch comes in, it's skied in the infield. Lavorsi's trying to find it. He can't see it. And Thompson calls him off. 2 outs. That'll bring up Brian Sprout, the veteran. Lake City native, 41 years old. He's had a good tournament. Just a sound presence on the field and a really smart defensive play in that game against Champlin last night. In a big, tight situation. Batting .222 in the tourney. Brian, the former St. Olaf star. One on him. Swing and foul tips it 0-2 quickly. So Thomas's sister Emily married Brandon last November. So family connection. Tight-knit team here, Chanhassen. 5 straight years in the championship, looking for their 4th straight title. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Thompson makes quick work of the Hens in the second inning. It'll be Chan up to bat, bottom 2 when we come back.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Bottom 2, Athletic Park in Chaska. And this is going to be a good one all the way through, as it was Friday night. Mentioned that game. It was Riley Ahern who really came on for Miesville. Picked up a ton of work in this tournament alongside Jake Dickmeyer. A nice 1-2 punch for Miesville through 3 rounds. Hens were all business, and they looked like the team that perhaps could dethrone the Chan Redbirds. And actually, Ahern had a no-hitter early in that contest. And as Chan does, they just chip away. The winning run was walked in. Eventually, Chan wins at 3-2. John Straka, another complete game. And they're in the driver's seat as Miesville dumped down to the loser's bracket. Had to beat a really good Champlin team last night. And here they are now, trying to force another day. They'd have to beat Chan twice. They'd have to beat him here, and then tomorrow afternoon, back here in Chaska to win a title. Birds win it tonight, and it's over. 1-1 the count. And that one spoiled to the right side. It'll get through. And by the way, that's Riley Johnson, the center fielder. So Riley up with the second hit of the day here against Moore. Ben Lavorsi comes to the dish. Ben got some time off. Took a couple innings off against Champlin. That's when Jack Nemitz came in, took a couple at bats. They threw Ben right back in. So Ben, 2 hits in 9 at bats. He's walked 4 times. And a veteran presence behind the dish. Take strike 1 from Matt Moore. Lavorsi, Minnetonka High School, Mankato State. He actually played for the Kokomo Jackrabbits of the Northwoods League just this summer. So putting in a lot of time on the diamond is Ben. No 0-1 the count. 1 on and nobody out. So Chan's got traffic on the base pass again. And the runner goes. Hammer up with the throw. It's there in time. Gam got over. But sliding in just ahead of it is Riley Johnson with the stolen base. So once again, a runner on second for Chanhassen, similar to what they had in the first inning. Aaron Path was bunted over, was eventually stranded at second. But now it's nobody out after the single in the stolen base. 1-1 count on the batter, Ben Lavorsi. 2-1 now. It's always interesting to get this far. How do you play it with pitching staffs? We saw in case of our Class C matchup earlier, the great Matt Geislinger of Watkins had to come back in and eat up more innings. Just a tremendous workload, but he was wonderful all the way through. So we'll see what these guys decide to do as we march on through this game. It's 2-2 now, the count on Livorsi. Again, for Miesville, actually for both teams, until we see Matt Moore here tonight, Miesville had only pitched 4 guys in the tournament. Same thing with Chan. Aside from Straka sucking up 25 innings and Thompson starting against Champlin, Logan Spitzak and Miles Nablo had limited work out of the bullpen. And a nice curve action there for strike 3, swing and a miss. So Livorsi down on strikes. So 1 down. Johnson on second. It's now Justin Anderson, the DH, coming up for Chanhassen. Anderson having a nice tournament. 308 is his average. Also an RBI. Big spot here. Pitch is low, ball 1. One 0 pitch from Moore. Outside 2-0. Chan trying to put stress here on the Miesville youngster on the mound, Matt Moore. Moore from Stillwater, by the way. 2-0 pitch. Well, Anderson liked it, but swings through it. 2-1 now. And he takes strike 2. Moore has battled his way back into it. 2-2 the count. 1 out. Johnson on second. And he swings through strike 3. So here we go again. As Moore gets into a bit of a jam, but now back-to-back strikeouts, and it's Aaron Klepner's turn.
Number 6, the second baseman, Aaron Klepner.
Klepner, 2 hits in the tournament thus far. So Aaron trying to get things going here from the bottom of the order. The Champlin Park graduate. Second baseman for Chanhassen. First pitch from Moore is outside ball 1. Aaron, recently named the Champlin Park High School basketball coach, takes over a great program up there. Aaron, a product of that program, a proud Champlin grad. He's worked a 1-0 count here on Moore. Moore goes for the curve, and it's outside, 2-0. This time hits the corner, so it's a 2-1 count. Again, Moore getting the start here. His first action in the tournament. As Ahern and Dickmeyer done the heavy lifting. Now leaning on him to try to slow down the dynasty that is Champlin. That one is close. Moore wanted it. Instead, it's a 3-1 count on Klepner. Redbirds and Hens. Owners of the last 5 state titles in Class B. Moore's going to step off now. Well, it's been a minute, but Riley Johnson, he's been out there on second base. He got there with nobody out after a single and a steal. Chan looking for a clutch hit here. That pitch taken for ball 4. So 2 on now as Klepner trots down to first, and it'll be Justin Arnold coming up. So Justin, he's the 9th hitter in the lineup, but don't let that fool you. He's always involved in the action. 3 hits in the tournament. Former football star at Mankato and Chaska High School. He and Brandon, his brother, the different high schools. The district rivalry here in Carver County. Take strike 1 from Moore. And you've already seen Justin, that athletic ability out in right field. And now trying to come through with a clutch hit for his club. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the second, 0-1 the count on Arnold. Moore delivers. And it's strike 2. No-2 pitch coming from Moore. And again, it's a close one. I think Hammes was set up on the outside. It came over more toward the middle of the plate, but a bit low. So 1-2 the count. That's one of those close calls where the umpire sees where the catcher is set up. And it doesn't go as planned, so 1-2 is the count now. Arnold slaps that one toward third. Max Morris picks it up wisely, just trots over to third base for the force. Through 2, we have zeros on the board here in Chaska. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, a special guest from our game action in the Class C bracket earlier today, coming up live on PrepSpotlight.tv. We'll be right back.
Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
The Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
Welcome back to live action on PrepSpotlight.tv. We are at Athletic Park in Chaska. The 3rd inning now in the Class B championship. If Chan wins, it's the title for the 4th year in a row. If Miesville wins, they will force a winner-take-all game tomorrow afternoon. We have a special guest with us now in the booth, if you will. We're actually in the crowd.
Yep.
From earlier today. Is it okay if at this point, in the moment, if I call you the great Pat Cheetah?
No.
Watertown?
No, please refrain. Please hold back from that.
Yeah, so we have, so the pretty, really good player from Watertown, Pat Cheetah, joins us. Pat, thanks for joining us here. And by the way, congratulations on early action. And hey, look at this. You guys are in the championship. Unbelievable for you guys, right? So how does that feel, after today's action especially, but how does it feel to be playing for the championship tomorrow?
Many emotions. I've had the chance and opportunity to play for multiple different teams as a draftee, but it's something special to be in the final weekend with my own team, and now, even better, making the state championship game. The fans here, the community involved, I don't really have words for it. I did have a different type of emotion running in after the win, though, whereas I'm still hungry. I know that's cheesy, but I didn't want to celebrate like it was the state championship yet. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. I'm grateful you guys are having me on. It's awesome that you guys do this. We're appreciative of it. So
yeah. And I call you friend of the program. We're appreciative of your help. Helping put your team out there. That always helps us on the broadcast. Pat put together some great things for us, some write-ups on the players, which helped our broadcast, and we've got put those to good use because you guys didn't get that first round bye. So the attitude coming and going back to that first weekend when we did your game there, what was the thought process going into the tournament? You guys made a little bit of a run last year, a good taste of it. So when you came in, were you thinking, okay, we got the taste, let's get this first one out of the way and see what we can do? Or is it, no, we're going to set our sights on playing deep into this tournament?
Yeah, that's a great question. It almost is one of those things where it becomes an expectation or a hope of an expectation. You try to change your mindset and play for things that are the extended season into the second and third weekend. So when we played Midway, like I said, back to the mixed emotion thing, they're a northern team. We're not super familiar with them. There's some scouting reports we've gotten from some friends, but otherwise it's just a team you never really heard of other than their awesome logo and their sweet name.
That's right.
But they gave us a heck of a battle. It was awesome playing in Hamburg, especially a local park that is in our league. But yeah, I would say, to answer your question, I would say we've tried to change the mindset and make it more of an expectation. This is where we want to be. This is what we want to do. Anything less is not satisfied.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, one out in the inning, Max Morris grounded out. It's Ben Voyevich with a 3-2 count, works the walk. So a base runner now for Miesville as we work it back to the top of the order in Max Gam. So, we talked about your origins. We're both from the same town, Sleepy Eye, originally. So we have some nice connection there. I know your dad, Bill, well from back in the day. And then you end up in Watertown, your formative years, if you will. And your dad coaches you, right? He was your coach?
He was, all the way up through my youth and then into the start of high school. We moved away and came back, and when we came back, he wasn't. But yeah, I mean, when we're family, we're family. But when it's a ballpark, I'm always looking to see what Dad's thinking and what's he seeing and what he's talking about. Yeah. So.
And the pitch, by the way, Gam swung on and driven to right field, or center field rather, and tracked down for out number 2. And real quick, we see that Sobieski has pulled off a 9-6 win over Alexandria. So there you go. That's who you guys play tomorrow in the championship. Thoughts on that team? Do you know anything about them? I know you probably do, anybody that follows amateur baseball.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, your thoughts on having to take on the Skis, who are back in the C bracket, and here we go.
Yep. So a consistent third weekend team in Sobieski. I've gotten to play and lose and beat them with other teams. But, yeah. Consistent third weekend, always great arms, competitive. They have a great draw, crowd-wise. It'll be a battle. I know it's a bunch of different collegiate athletes, and it'll be a blast. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, so Joey Warner grounds out. It's out number 3. We'll just keep it here and, keep working through this. So as I was talking about, your dad and the connection, you actually coach. Are you coaching at Watertown High School right now as well?
I do, yep. I'm a varsity assistant with Ryan Truckee at Watertown Mayor. I've also done a little bit of coaching elsewhere. It's in the blood, I guess, so you say. We should probably let the followers know Murph played a little baseball growing up. That's correct?
Me? I tried. Yes. I wasn't good enough to make your dad's VFW.
Okay.
That's what you're getting at.
He was around the ball diamond. Yeah. So, yes, I do. I still coach. I've actually coached JO volleyball for the past, weird connection, but JO volleyball for the past 8 years. Dad was a volleyball coach growing up. I was always around it. I really enjoyed that. It's been a passion of mine. And then I've been a varsity assistant at Eden Prairie for the past 5 years with Dave Flum, the Eagles. I didn't coach last year. And then I'm now a varsity assistant at Watertown Mayor.
Okay.
So, when people enjoy their social life, I spend it coaching kids. Yeah.
Yeah, well, good for you. And I'm sure they're appreciative of the efforts you give back to them. But so the tie-in to the community, we saw the crowd here was just insane. I know you mentioned that earlier. But, again, there's a lot of you, right? The Watertown Mayor grads, a lot of you from that town. The last title, by the way, and I know you know this as well, 1951, so it's a nice round number.
Yeah.
70 years.
Right, yep.
But the community support, so let's go back to that. And just the feeling of wearing the Watertown and going out there and representing your community in really a unique fashion that we have here in this tradition in Minnesota.
Yeah, I will even date it back a few years now. I've been with Watertown, I don't even want to say the number. It makes me sound old, but quite a few years. And at the start, we had a mixed bag of guys from maybe the West Metro and different high schools and things of that nature. We've now gotten to the point where we have a lot of guys from the community, good ball players who've stuck around, young to old, are all very connected. We spend a lot of time together. And that, in turn, has now made a really fun experience. I mean, I said it on the interview yesterday at Waconia, but running into people at the grocery store or the gas station or people stopping by at the restaurant downtown and asking how the season's going. There's a nice liner up the middle.
Aaron Paff now 2 for 2. So the top of the lineup working again. He's going to try to
Wow.
take second. Aggressive base running by the leadoff batter for Chanhassen. He's fired up. So I'll mark him down. Should I give him a double there, Pat?
Yeah, I think that was a double.
That's
That was
double.
hard-earned double. That was a double out of the box. Yep.
Wow. So he ran, and that's Matt Vander Bosch out there, the player manager, great player. But I don't know, Aaron saw something there, so took second, and that's going to lead Brandon Arnold to the dish. And Brandon sack bunt his first time up, moved Paff over to second. Now a chance for an RBI. He's usually Mr. Clutch. But, yeah, so going back to today, I mean, hey, you guys pound Milroy in the first game, good ball club there. Then you had Watkins up. Was it tough to keep the energy moving for 18 innings in this back-to-back nature of this tournament?
It's funny you say that, and now that I've kind of become the old guy with the crew, I try to, and being around the coaching realm, I try to make sure we stay level-headed, reminders of the energy level and who matters and things of that nature. Yes, to answer your question, it was tough. 18 innings in the sun, the highs and lows of a game. The way we kind of finished the 10-run game, it was a little quieter as far as the energy level, and then you got to ramp it back up for a really good Watkins team, who's also a consistent third weekend team. But yeah, it was difficult, but we have so much buy-in from our bench and guys who maybe don't get as much playing time. They feel that they're very involved, and it matters just as much to them as maybe they get the best player, and that's what kind of makes it so special.
As Brandon Arnold at the plate, a 1-1 count here. Matt Moore, the youngster right-hander, his first action here for Miesville, hanging tough, but Chanhassen now runners on second base in all 3 innings, trying to break the youngster. And Arnold, we mentioned, did not play in their matchup Friday night as he coaches football for Jordan High School. Swings and misses, 2-2 the count. Now you sit here and you watch these Class B teams. I mean, it's interesting when they always say Class C is the most fun, and I called it a circus, by the way, earlier. Watertown brings the circus. I mean, it's just crazy in here. And you couldn't hear yourself think yesterday in Waconia with that great comeback victory that you guys had. In B, it's a little bit more businesslike. But what do you enjoy about coming out here and watching these B players? I'm sure there's connections to some of the guys
Absolutely.
out there as well.
Yep. Brandon, actually, right now, a good friend of mine. I was a St. Cloud State grad, so quite a few of these Chan guys are I'm decently close with and enjoy watching them play ball. But yeah, I would say that's the difference. A ball, there might be a little bit smaller crowd. B, a little bit bigger. Up the middle.
Arnold slaps it to the middle. That's going to score Paff easily. So Brandon Arnold, your buddy, once again with a clutch RBI. No surprise there. And Chanhassen trying to lock in a 4th straight championship, take the early lead.
That
in
kid's
this
a gamer.
contest.
That kid is a gamer. B. There's a pretty good crowd here tonight. The energy level is pretty good here, and it's just fun seeing the arms. I wouldn't say, there's definitely teams like a Miesville and Chan where there is some next level talent, where there is a difference between some B and C. But I really enjoy, we play a lot of non-league games. I think we played about 40 games this summer, and we'll play the Champlins and St. Louis Park and do some of the travel, which is a lot of fun. And those guys. Oh.
And we have a pickoff play at first base. Arnold. Was he caught sleeping there, Pat, or was it just a good move?
He might have been going. It looks like he was trying to jump that leg lift. Yep.
So that'll leave nobody now for Michael Giorgella, who struck out his first time up against Moore again. Michael, we go back in the tournament a couple rounds against Champlin, rocked that 3-run home run. Some good power from this part of the lineup for Chanhassen. And, you think you guys, what you've been through here the last 3 weekends, and again, Class C tournament's a different animal. The winner go home. I mean, it's just tons of pressure, game after game after game. And you have to manage arms, which we'll talk about here in a second. But you look at the nature of these contests, and how impressed are you with what Chan has been able to put together here? And they always seemingly get it done, but on the precipice of a 4-peat in Class B, it's just unreal.
Well, the multiple parts to this. The talent is obviously, like I said, next level. Jugs, nickname here, but another St. Cloud State kid, and had a little pro ball
rips
stint.
One to short. Max Gam says, I'm all over it. Out number 2.
The talent is next level, but I think then the maturity and the experience is kind of that reason. I'm not super familiar with Chan. I don't even know if they have a dead set manager
Well, Brandon is the player
Yeah,
manager.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yep. So a player and a contributor,
Yep.
also mature enough and experienced enough to be able to handle the team too. So that's kind of cool. It's really fun seeing this. I don't know if it's ever been done before.
I don't think it has.
Yeah.
We could certainly check with the great Denny Laufenberger. He would be able to tell us.
There you go.
I keep calling it unprecedented. I don't think it's ever been done before where we see a powerhouse like this. This is Zach Huffman, by the way, the New Ulm native, back up. Struck out his first time up. Swinging and missing down 0-2. So real quickly with 2 strikes here, and I know you got to go. So tomorrow, how do you guys manage? Is it just all arms on deck? I mean, you threw 8 innings in the game against Milroy. How you feeling? Could you get back out there if need be?
It is all hands on deck. As a team, yes, we're going to put whoever we think might give us the best chance to win, with draftees included. We have Adam Prain, who has a lot of state championship experience and state run experience. I only think I threw 80 pitches or something I heard today, which was awesome. So we'll try to take care of the body tonight and see if it can bounce back. Now getting to my age, I don't have anything to play for much anymore, so I might try to give it as much as I can with a bit of ibuprofen.
Yeah, you act like you're old. You were like a baby when we were both in Sleepy Eye, and that's the truth. You were just a young child. So.
I feel like when we get over a certain age, we're all old, is what I've been saying.
Probably,
yeah,
but I don't know. I can get it done in beer league softball. I feel pretty good about myself. Very similar to what you went through today.
Yep.
So 0-2 on Huffman. We'll just keep Pat with us here until the end of the inning. And strike. Nope. Interesting check there. Didn't look like he went at all, but obviously they can check. So 1-2 the count. Again, 2 outs, 1 run in on the inning. It was the Brandon Arnold RBI single. Mr. Clutch coming through. Then he was picked off first. And the line drive from Jugs. And now it's Huffman. As that pitch is high, that one got away from Moore a little bit.
Coach and Mr. Clutch, back to that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. He does it all.
He's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah, he does. And he coaches high school.
High school football. He's probably got a playbook in the dugout.
Yep.
He's coming up with plays. So 2-2 the count now to Huffman. And he swings and misses for strike 3. Hey, man, we appreciate you joining us. This has been awesome. Good luck
I
tomorrow.
appreciate it. It's
Good
fun
luck
catching
tomorrow.
up.
I'm going to be cheering for you guys. Am I allowed to say that? I'm sorry.
I think you can.
Sorry, so
you can still be neutral.
Hey,
There's
again,
personal ties.
Yeah, personal ties.
Birthplace ties.
It's all good.
Yep.
So anyway, man, hey, thanks for joining us. Once
I
again,
appreciate it.
Yeah, Pat Cheetah, Class C Championship, Watertown taking on Sobieski tomorrow. That'll be live on PrepSpotlight.tv. Get some rest tonight, all right?
All right, you got it. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take a break. Be back with 4th inning action right after this.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
To the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Hey, big shout out to Pat Cheetah of Watertown. The Red Devils playing for the Class C title tomorrow. 2 wins here today in Chaska. And now it's Chanhassen. They need just 1 win to bring home their 4th title. 4th title in a row, by the way. And we move to the top of the 4th inning. Chan striking first. Aaron Paff doing it right now for Chan. He's got 2 hits. He scored on the Brandon Arnold RBI. And now Thomas Thompson, Brandon Arnold's brother-in-law, goes back to work. Heard Pat talk about all these St. Cloud State ties. Brandon, Thomas Thompson, Zach Huffman, Jugs. And this is Matt Vanderbosch. He gives it a ride deep to center, drifting over underneath it, and making the catch is Riley Johnson. So 1 up, 1 down. Austin Ledoux struck out in the first inning. So Thompson to this point has struck out 2 batters. He has walked 1 and surrendered now his second hit as Ledoux does not wait around, trying to hit the gap. Johnson's there to cut it off. So a long single for Ledoux. And again, the second hit for the Mud Hens, just down a run here. And Nate Hammis. Hammis grounded out to second. His first time up. That one gets by Lavorsi. Scooting down to second is Ledoux. So just like that, runner in scoring position. And Austin, a crafty base runner. Doesn't necessarily bring speed, but knows how to get it done on the base pass. So a dangerous runner now on second. And a really good hitter at the dish. That one to third. Nice play over there by Gergella. Wow. Jugs. That was all glove. If that one skips over his glove, gets by him, that's a run. They're making it look easy over there. Gergella and a G5 for out number 2 will bring up Ronnie Sweeney. Ronnie popped up back to Thompson in the first inning. That was actually in the second inning, his first time up. So 2 outs now. And we got Austin Ledoux on second. Spoiled to the right side, 1-1 the count. Ronnie now works the count to 2-1. Swung on and missed, 2-2. And Thompson, he's got tournament experience. Youngster from Chanhassen High School. Touched up a bit by that really good Low Gators lineup last weekend. So the Low Gators on display, giving Miesville everything they could handle last night. And that winner-go-home battle over in Waconia. And Thompson has been pretty sharp here. Now 3-2 the count. Brian Sprout on deck. A lot of action here in Chaska today. This is our final matchup of the night, and it is strike 3 called as Thompson pumps that one across to get out of the inning. 3.5 in the books. Birds actually lead at 1-0. We'll get our scoreboard updated. They'll be batting when we come back live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
The Waconia Baseball Association and the State Amateur Baseball Tournament. For more information on our products, local retail stores, and career opportunities, please visit Vanguards.com.
Head to the bottom of the fourth in Chaska. And the Redbirds with a 1-0 lead. Coming up, it'll be Riley Johnson. He singled and stole second back in the second inning. 4 hits so far for Chanhassen, 2 for Miesville. The Brandon Arnold RBI single last inning, our only run to date. And Matt Moore, 6'4" right-handed pitcher, Stillwater High School graduate. St. Thomas pitcher in there battling for the Mud Hens. Trying to bring another quality start here to this pitching staff, and he's got a good curveball as it comes over the plate. Strike number 1 to Riley Johnson. So the Class C bracket will finish up tomorrow in that wild 48-team tournament as it is every year. We've got Watertown, who won 2 games here today. Played a doubleheader, 18 innings to move on from the Elite 8 all the way to the championship. They'll take on a really good Sobieski Skis team. Sobieski survived 9-6 over Alex in the other semifinal. And if Miesville can battle back, pull one out here, they will force a decisive championship game back here tomorrow afternoon in Chaska. 2-2 the count. Moore goes right back to that curveball. This one trapped by Gam. Makes a great throw over, though. Now they're going to say he caught it, apparently. Not used to having 3 umpires out there. So. A good play by Gam again. You can see that left side of the infield is Loctite for Miesville with the 2 Maxes. Max Gam, Max Morris, both of Eastridge. And then Lavorsi steps in. He struck out his first time up. And we do have an extra umpire out here tonight. So typically through the tournament we've seen 2. So both baselines covered. It was great to have that extra set of eyes out there. 1-1 the count. Pitch outside, taken for a ball. 2-1. And now a 3-1 count. It's a gorgeous night out here in Chaska, as it was last night. Other than the opening weekend, which affected Miesville. They were part of that group that started the tournament on that Friday night. 3-1 pitch. Morris leans back in on that slurve is what it looks like to me. And it's now 3-2. Full count on Lavorsi. Lavorsi able to hang. So Miesville, if you remember, taking on the host Chaska Cubs, the opener here in Chaska. They actually got about 4 innings in. Nick Dickmeyer started that game. Miesville jumped on the Cubs right away. Then they had to wait till Sunday night. And then it was a rain delay on Sunday night as well. So that was a long opening weekend and eventually a 9-0 win for Miesville. But since then, the weather's held up. Especially here in championship weekend, it has been beautiful. Lavorsi able to hang again. So good at bat here from Ben. Three-two pitch again. And this one hops over Hammes. Lavorsi also a catcher, so he's going to test Hammer maybe. Hammer says, you know what, I'll just toss it behind you at first. So the 2 catchers having a little fun. And at the end of the day, it's Lavorsi with a walk on first base. Now it's Justin Anderson, who struck out his last time up. So once again, it's Chanhassen creating traffic on the base pass. First 3 innings, they had a runner as far as second base. See Paff coming around to score last inning. And now it's Lavorsi on first after the walk. So again, just applying pressure here as much as they can to the youngster Moore, who again curves that thing in. Really nice loop to that thing as it starts way outside, then hits the inside corner. So 0-1 the count on Anderson. And he pumps in strike 2, 0-2. They go way outside. Anderson does not chase. 1-2 the count. One-two pitch. Outside again. Hammes diving way outside to grab that one. 2-2. Again, working deep into the count on Moore. Two-two pitch now. Swung on and missed. So Moore ends up winning the battle. Importantly to him, 2 outs in the inning for Aaron Klepner. Klepner drew a walk his first time out. 2 Aarons in the lineup, Klepner and Paff. He was all tournament last year. And the notes on him, perhaps the most versatile of all the players. Plays left, third, second. He's been second baseman here in the tournament. St. John's grad, he went there to play basketball, ended up playing baseball. And that one to the right side, no one's going to get it. Foul ball, 0-2 on Aaron. And as mentioned, the Champlain Park Rebels' new head coach, a great basketball player there. Played with some great players. A lot of Division I talent pumped out of that program. A couple undefeated seasons mixed in there, so he inherits a nice program. Right now, his concentration on trying to help the Redbirds bring home a 4th straight state title. Digs in the 0-2 pitch coming from Morris. He sets up outside again. And again, it's outside 1-2. So same strategy that they employed with Anderson the previous at-bat. And they got ahead trying to get him to chase. Hammes again now low and outside on the setup. The pitch goes there, so good spot for Moore. Klepner able to hang. 1-2 is still the count. Runner goes. Klepner swung on. Hammes trying to track it. It's going to be in play. And the scoop catch. Sit on the ledge catch from Hammes. Miesville's out of the inning. Moore says, hey, bud, thanks a lot. Still 1-0 Chan as we head to the 5th in Chaska.
The Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
We move to the 5th inning in Chaska, live on PrepSpotlight.tv. Eric Murphy with you, Greg Wilpert on camera. This could be the final night in the Class B bracket. Chanhassen holding down a 1-0 lead right now. And Thomas Thompson looks good on the mound. He surrendered just 2 hits to this point. So this is just what the doctor ordered if you're Brandon Arnold in the Redbirds. Presumably, although you never want to count anything out from tournament time, but, you know, John Straka, yet another complete game, and that was just on Friday. He's thrown 25 innings in the tournament, so unclear if they would ever consider going to him, but not even part of the conversation right now because Thomas Thompson, the only other Bird to start a game in the tournament, is locked in right now. And it's Brian Sprout up to the plate. Brian, the veteran second baseman. I feel like that's just kind of the label you get after you reach 40 years old. Brian, 41 years old, but he looks spry out there. And that high fly, Johnson comes over and grabs it. So one quick out now for Thompson and the Redbirds. Will bring up Max Morris. So again, Jake Smith, one of the heroes of last night's game, not in the lineup here. So Max Morris had been batting 9th in every game. He moves up to the 8th spot. Max grounded out his first time up. Part of the double Max attack here from Miesville. Both from Eastridge, where Brian Sprout is the head coach, by the way. And Morris, part of that 2019 Eastridge title team. 1-1 the count from Thompson. And on deck has been Voyevich. Didn't really get much chance to talk to him. We were joined with that great interview that we did with Pat Cheetah joining us here in the booth. And Morris rips that one into center. He's been their best hitter throughout the tournament and comes up with a big hit here, 1 out, 1 on. And now we do get to talk about Voyevich, the youngster, used sparingly, playing left field here. He drew a walk his first time up. Prior to that, this game, Voyevich had only batted 3 times. Didn't have a hit and a run scored. So from an average standpoint, looking good. He still has that .333 average intact. And he's got an opportunity here with a runner on first. We'll see if they decide to move him over at the bunt. He shows bunt, pulls it back, pitches low. Matt Vanderbosch, player coach for this Miesville team, does like to play the small ball when he can. Pulls it back again, pitches low and inside. And Thompson wants a new ball. It's 2-0. This is where Miesville will try to nickel and dime you as much as they can. Try as they may, as many teams have against John Straka for 3 straight tournaments now. They've come up empty. And this is Thomas Thompson's game. And he's been good here so far, but that pitch is high, and now it's 3-0. Voyevich can keep that bat on the shoulder, try to work his way on base for a second time in this game. Quick move over to first. But getting back easily is Max Morris. And a 4-pitch walk to the number 9 guy in the order. Now Lavorsi's going to want to go out and talk to his pitcher. Zach Hoffman's going to come in and join the crowd as well. So Voyevich has walked twice from the 9 spot. And the lineup rolls over now to Max Gam. Max has flown out twice in this game. And it's another ball as Thompson has now lost a bit of control here. Mentioned Gam, former Eastridge star, started 48 games in 3 years at University of Nebraska, Omaha. He is now at St. Cloud State as Thompson can't find the strike zone, and now Brandon Arnold, the player manager, will come talk to his brother-in-law on the mound. Clearly just a visit to try to settle him in a little bit here. One of the awesome things about state amateur, at least in my mind, the player manager aspect of it. I think it's great. And with Brandon playing shortstop, sometimes you see outfielders, like in the case of Miesville and Matt Vanderbosch, playing center field. That's a long run if you want to come in and talk to your pitcher. Obviously, if he has to make a pitching change, he maybe has assigned somebody on the bench to do that. Or maybe he'll jog in and do it. 2-0 the count right now. 2 on and 1 out. Thompson trying to work his way out of it. He continues to struggle to find the zone. Now 3-0. So the visit from Arnold doesn't work. And a tight spot here for the Redbirds. There he finds it, 3-1 now. Ball 4. A single and 2 walks, bases loaded with 1 out. And the dangerous Joey Werner coming to the dish. I'm telling you, this is, if you're Chanhassen, you're going to be in this spot. This is not the guy you want up. Werner already with a single and a stolen base. He's been heating up of late. And a big spot here. Hoffman playing way back at first. Actually, everybody back now. Initially on the left side, they were moving in. So that means if Werner can get something on the ground, they're willing to give up a run here. 1-0 the count, 1 out in the inning. Thompson in this jam as he struggles to throw strikes. He had been cruising. This throws that one right over the plate. 1-1 now the count. There you go, the grounder to second. Klepner goes to Arnold at short to get one, but on the turn it's not in time, so Werner hustles. And Miesville's on the board. Morris comes in to score. Lojevic scoots down to third, and now it's Werner standing on first after the RBI FC. Fielder's choice. And here we go, Miesville back in it, and it's Matt Vanderbosch. Mr. Clutch, he's been in the tournament. In a big spot here to put his team up. Rips it to second. It gets past Klepner. A run is going to come in. Moving to third is Werner. We'll see what the call is here. Klepner got his glove on it. First pitch swinging, Vanderbosch. No ruling on the field or from the official score yet. And that's going to be it for Thompson. So Thomas Thompson's day is over as Miesville pushes ahead. And it is officially an RBI single for Matt Vanderbosch. Put out in the book, another one for him. And Werner, of course, moving to third, so it'll be 2 outs and runners on the corner. Miesville leading it 2-1. We'll introduce you to our new pitcher when we come back right after this.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
Logan Spitzak will come out of the bullpen. Let's fix our score bug here for you. So we are in the, just to reset it, top of the 5th inning. And Thomas Thompson, the Redbird starter, was cruising. And with 1 out to start the inning, Max Morris singled, then back-to-back walks. Thompson just couldn't find the strike zone. The ever-dangerous Joey Warner at the plate. He got the fielder's choice RBI. And there were still runners on the corners with Matt Vanderbosch at the dish. And Matt, he's been clutch. He came through again, ripped one to the right side. Klepner got over there, but it got past him. So an RBI single for Matt. And Miesville takes a 2-1 lead. How about that? Now it's Logan Spitzak coming out of the bullpen. And Logan has pitched 3 innings in the tournament. He's surrendered 3 hits and 1 run. He has struck out 3 batters. And he's in here trying to clean up a little bit of a mess here. Austin Ledoux up, runners on the corners. Logan's first pitch, hit to Arnold at short. Swallows it up, has to go to first. Long throw, and it gets there in time. So Brandon Arnold comes up with a big defensive play to help Chan get out of it, but damage done. Mud Hens move ahead. And they lead it now, 2-1 our score.
And 2 men were left on base. The score, after 4.5 complete, Miesville 2, Chanhassen 1.
Hey folks, champions are crowned this weekend, and they will be saluted next Saturday night at Target Field. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball to get details on the Twins salute to the 2021 amateur baseball season. And of course, enjoy a night at Target Field. No place we'd rather be than Chaska, enjoying the night here. 2-1 score now, so let's recap it for Miesville in the top of the 5th inning. After an out, fly out, Thomas Thompson looked to continue to cruise, but then a single by Max Morris, back-to-back walks, eventually leading to a fielder's choice ground out RBI from Joey Warner, and then the Matt Vanderbosch RBI single pushing the Mud Hens ahead. As we move to the bottom of the 5th inning, the Mud Hens trying to put a dent in the tournament record. Chanhassen, they went undefeated in the bracket last year, the Redbirds did. They're trying to accomplish that again here. And if Miesville can win, they will force the decisive final tomorrow afternoon right back here in Chaska. And leading it off is the number 9 hitter in the lineup is Justin Arnold. Going to do a fielder's choice his first time up. And now Matt Moore, the young righty for Miesville, has a lead to work with. It's a 1-1 count right now to Arnold. One, 2 now. Count on the right fielder for Chanhassen. And Brandon Arnold, the player manager, makes a change and goes to Logan Spitzak, who quickly gets a ground out to get out of the jam. And there is Moore circling on the mound. He wanted that call, but 2-2 the count. So each team now with 4 hits, but again, the walks coming back to bite the Redbirds. Now do they have enough to battle back? They've touched up Moore a little bit every inning. They've had a runner on. He gets the strikeout of Arnold to start things off. Now back to the top of the lineup, and here is the guy that has been igniting for Chanhassen. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double and a run scored. It's Aaron Paff, former New Ulm Brewer. Aaron all tournament with New Ulm, the Brew Crew back in 2014. I believe that's the year the Brew Crew made it all the way to the championship game. Quite a run there. Paff down 0-1 in the count here. And now it's 0-2. Paff, the team leader with 43 hits this year, 37 singles. And he actually stretched a single into a double his last time up. Eventually coming around to score, so that hustle paying off as Chan trying to do what they do and bringing home another title. Swings and misses, so Paff is finally put down in back-to-back Ks now. Moore looking stronger here now in the middle innings. And it's Brandon Arnold's turn. Brandon sack bunt back in the first, RBI single, driving in Paff in the third. That one way inside as Moore goes back to the bender. That one didn't bend. 1-0 the count. So again, these teams have experience in these situations against each other here the last 5 years. Miesville back-to-back titles in 16 and 17. And that one's outside. So it's 2-0 on Arnold. Since then, it's been all Redbirds, but they've had to earn it. In fact, Chan was in the driver's seat back in 17, only to have Miesville come back and win 2 games against the Redbirds to bring home the title. And then in 18, the roles were reversed. Chan had to come back through the loser's bracket. As Arnold swings and misses, the count now 2-2. Moore attacking these Redbirds hitters. Perhaps he's settling in a bit here now. His first action in the tournament. Quickly gets it back up to Arnold. It's going to be a tough play. Max Morris is good, but he can't glove it here. Runs all the way over to first base. So Max with that boundless energy runs across the diamond. Still waiting for the official score on that one.
Number 4, Michael Giorgella.
And it's a hit. So Arnold with his second single. He's on base with 2 outs. Michael Giorgella, Jugs will come up. Lined out to short his last time up. Struck out back in the first. He can change the complexion of this game with one swing of the bat. As mentioned, Chan, undefeated run through the bracket last year. Miesville knocked out by Moorhead the last couple years after dropping down into the loser's bracket. A final weekend participant pretty much on a yearly basis. Jugs rips that one to center. Vanderbosch won't get there. And quickly scurrying over to third is Arnold. So now it's Chanhassen piecing together a rally. After falling behind 2-1. And with 2 outs in the inning, back-to-back singles. That one was a loud single. Vanderbosch just played it to stay in front of it. Arnold running hard with 2 outs. Big spot for the veteran Zach Huffman. Zach has struck out twice. You know, he'd love to come through in the clutch here. And Zach was big in that win over the Moorhead Mudcats in the opening round. Running on the play is Jugs. Giorgella quickly, easily down to second with no throw. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Huffman. He took ball 1, by the way. One-0 pitch. And it's ball 2. Huffman crediting some swings he's getting in. He's coaching young players at Miller's Pitch to Pitch. Also an assistant on the Chaska Hawks high school baseball team, an all-tournament, state tournament member in 17 and 18 here in the amateur tournament. 2-0 pitch is outside, 3-0 to Zach. And Huffman would like to get off the schneid here. He's been pretty quiet since his big opening night, which included a big home run against Moorhead. There's so many at-bats in big moments up and down this lineup. I'm the feeling that Chan could get it from anywhere. 3-0 pitch. Huffman thought about swinging. Well, still in a hitter's count, obviously, at 3-1. See him load up on that one. Held off for the time being. 2 outs, runners on second and third. Chan trying to get right back into this thing. And Hoffman hammers that one to left. It has a chance to get out. It's in the trees. A 3-run jack from Zach Hoffman. Just like that, the Redbirds regain the lead and then some. Wow. Over the 3:55 sign in left center. And how about that? After falling behind 2-1, Hoffman, the 3-run jack. And it's a 4-2 advantage for the Redbirds. A 2-out rally for Chan. Highlighted by the mammoth home run from Zach Hoffman, his second home run of the tourney. Good speed here from Riley Johnson. And now he wants to take second. Getting over on the play is Sprout to back it up, but no throw. So Chan feeling it a bit, and that's going to be an error. And then Johnson scurrying over to second, so the rally continues. And now if you're Miesville, what do you have for arms and options here? And look down, there's nobody in the bullpen, just children running around. By the way, that has been one of the best parts of the 3-weekend tournament here is every time you look in the bullpen and you see the kids enjoying it. Until, of course, somebody has to warm up. Nobody warming up right now. Still 2 outs in the inning. Ben Lavorsi steps in. Way inside, 1-0 the count. Ben is struck out back in the second, walked in the fourth. Moore now trying to find it. So keep in mind, this inning started with 2 strikeouts from Moore. He looked locked in. Mentioned he was perhaps settling a little bit after his offense gave him the 2-1 lead. But then back-to-back singles and the 3-run home run from Zach Hoffman. And now it's 3-0 on Lavorsi. And after the home run, Riley Johnson reaching on the air. So Miesville trying to hold it together here. And there for a strike. On bench, Justin Anderson. Keep in mind he has a lot of power as well. They bat Justin from the 7th spot in the lineup. He had a 400-foot home run earlier this year. But first things first, as that one is raked to right. That one's got a shot, and it is off the wall. And actually stopping at first after the big turn is Lavorsi. In to score easily is Johnson. The inning continues. A loud RBI single. And now we're going to have a mound visit as Chan takes a 5-2 lead. Man, Lavorsi was halfway to second. Good job out there in right by Joey Werner. He threw it to the right place. Obviously scoring easily was Johnson with his speed. Again, Matt Vanderbosch is the player manager. He is staying out in center field, and we are going to have a pitching change. So let's take a little break here, collect our thoughts. We'll introduce the new pitcher. When we come back, you're watching State Amateur Baseball live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike three! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
New pitcher for the Miesville Mud Hens is Thomas Sjogren. Sjogren in for his third appearance in the tournament. He's pitched 2 2/3, the lefty. Walked 2, struck out 1, and right now he's in to try to hold the dam as 4 runs in the inning for Chanhassen, highlighted by the 3-run jack from Zach Hoffman. And now another big banger at the dish in Justin Anderson. Now Justin has struck out twice in this game. He's down 0-1 the count to Sjogren. Pitch is high, 1-1 the count. To recap it again, Matt Moore came out with that 2-1 lead after Miesville jumped ahead of the Birds. And he looked good, struck out the first 2 batters, but back-to-back singles, then the Zach Hoffman 3-run jack. Riley Johnson then reached on an error, and Ben Lavorsi hit a single off the wall and right to knock in Johnson. And the Birds regain control 5-2. Remember, Chan's also in its bullpen, so we'll see how that plays out. That back up the middle. Sprout gets there, flips it to Gam. Out number 3, finally for Miesville. The 5th inning comes to an end, but a 4 spot for the Redbirds. And they lead it 5-2. We'll re-prep the field for us. And we will step away to take a break and honor the memory of a great friend of Minnesota baseball.
The Minnesota baseball community lost a dear friend, a great leader last winter when Minnesota Baseball Association President Fred Roofs passed away at age 73. He served on the board of directors for more than a quarter century. In his first year as president, his leadership was instrumental in guiding the state amateur world through the COVID crisis. With the help of his board and the communities of Milroy, Springfield, and Shakopee, a very successful state tournament was completed on schedule without loss of a game and with fans in the stands. In his memory, the MBA started the Fred Roofs Golf Tournament this year, raising thousands of dollars for a scholarship that will provide a path to college for local student athletes. Fred was born in St. Peter, graduated from LeSueur, and went to college at Mankato State. In his professional life, he made huge contributions to the communities around Mankato and Marshall. But in the end, Fred Roof's legacy is felt in every town in Minnesota where baseball is played.
Move along to the 6th inning. Chanhassen Redbirds taking control of this contest with a 4-run bottom of the 5th inning. That was after Miesville struck twice in the top of the 5th. And Thomas Thompson really struggled. He got pulled from the game, so Logan Spitzak is back out. Logan came in relief to put out the fire. And then a 4-run 5th inning highlighted by the Zach Huffman 3-run jack. Spitzak faces Nate Hammes, then Sweeney and Sprout. And it's a 1-1 count on the Miesville catcher. He has grounded out twice in this game. Swung on and missed, 1-2 the count. And it's strike number 3, so Logan Spitzak coming in, pitching well out of the bullpen. And he strikes out Hammes. Now Ronnie Sweeney comes up. Ronnie flew out his first time up, then struck out in the 4th. So again, Miesville going to the youngster Matt Moore. He was relieved in the last inning. He hung in there. Young arm in a big spot. And the veteran Sjogren, lefty, comes in to get Miesville out of the jam. So we'll see how Vander Bosch and Miesville decide to play it as far as the arms moving forward. Same thing with Chanhassen. Logan Spitzak seeing action again in the tournament. I believe John Straka, that opening victory over Moorhead. As Sweeney flies out to third, 2 outs. Brian Sprout will come up. Brian is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Spitzak came in and tossed that 2 innings in relief to pick up the save. In that first one, Miles Nablo has also seen an inning of work. Logan, veteran on this team as well. So still options for the Birds as that one makes its way through the left side. And Brian Sprout is on with 2 outs. 5th hit of the game for Miesville. Miesville's lineup, still a ton of punch here. But in these games that have, for the most part, been pretty tight, especially when you look at Chanhassen and what they've given up. A 3-run advantage for Chanhassen, huge at the moment. But you go back through the tournament, Miesville put up 9 in the first round, then they 10-run East Grand Forks, 21 runs, 34 hits in those first 2 games. This lineup can get it done. Long way to go here. Strike 1 pumped in from Spitzak. Also took out Newmarket, an 8-1 victory there. So they've been really good. Spitzak just misses 1-1 the count to Max Morris. Morris started things in the last inning, a 1-out single. Later came around to score the first Miesville run. I mentioned it a couple times tonight, but he has been their best hitter in the tournament thus far. As far as average and getting on base. So 1-2 now from Spitzak. And he tries to get him to chase, doesn't matter, hits the outside corner, strike 3 called. Morris is down, and so are the Hens in the 6th inning. The Redbirds in command 5-2. They're coming up next, live on PrepSpotlight.tv. Nice game here tonight, 2 RBI singles. Werner bustles up, hits that one to center. Pooter on his horse to the track, and it's gone! Joey Warner gets the run back for Miesville. A solo jack over the center field fence. And that one's in towards right. It's got a chance to get down. It'll fold. Jake Smith in with the winning run. He slides in as Miesville moves on to Championship Sunday.
Fires the run, takes off for second base. A line shot over to the first baseman. Hoffman puts that away, steps on first for a double play. Now from Sjogren in on relief. And that will hit the foot of the batter. So a hit by pitch will bring in the third run of the inning and third run of the ball game here as Chanhassen, with only one hit on the inning now, has scored 3 runs.
Highlights of that matchup over in Hamburg on Friday night. A hotly contested 3-2 victory. You see the third and eventual winning run for Chanhassen was walked in, much to the chagrin of some in the Mud Hens dugout. And a little different complexion to our game here tonight as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Sjogren back out for another inning in relief for Miesville. He will face Aaron Klepner and Justin Arnold back to the top of the lineup. Aaron Paff will bat third in the inning. 1-0 count to Klepner. Ooh, that comes way inside. And nicks Klepner somewhere on the legs, so he'll sprint down to first. And that'll bring up Justin Arnold.
Number 9, Justin Arnold.
So Justin, fielder's choice at back in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 5th. Here he's laying down a bunt. Sjogren scoops, throws a fastball to first. And Chan just wants to continue the pressure here as the sack bunt from Justin Arnold. Now back to the top of the order, it's Paff. So Paff singled and doubled his first 2 times up, scored back in the 2nd inning. He did strike out against Moore last inning, and that was the 2nd out in the inning. The 2 strikeouts for the Birds. It looked like Matt Moore maybe going to cruise to the middle inning, settling in, but from there the 2-run rally began. Paff first pitch swinging, getting over his sprout and throwing to first for the out. Good play by Brian. Out number 2, the runner Klepner moves up to third.
Number 1, Brandon Arnold.
And now it's Brandon Arnold. He has 2 singles and a sac bunt in this contest. And one of his singles, the one back in the 3rd inning, bringing home Paff in the first run of the game. Brandon trying to bunt, little action here with 2 outs. Sjogren gets over, makes the play easy. And Brandon slams his helmet, maybe not too excited about the decision he made there. Or was he not happy that Klepner didn't run from third? Either way, it's out number 3. So 6th inning goes quickly. We move to the 7th with the Birds leading it 5-2.
Folks, located right here in Minnesota, family-owned and American-made. Ibria leads the industry with cutting-edge innovation to craft beautiful quartz countertops and surfaces that last a lifetime. Ibria makes it easy to find the perfect design for your home or business. Thank you, Ibria, for helping make every project a home run from start to finish. Learn more at IbriaUSA.com.
Into the late innings here. The Class B championship. Chanhassen hoping it's the final game of the Class B season, trying to bring home their 4th straight state title. And the number 9 hitter in the lineup to face Logan Spitzak. This is Ben Voyevich. So he's stepped in, Ben has. And he's drawn 2 walks out of that 9 hole. Again, Jake Smith, who you saw in our highlights when we went to break previously. Those highlights from the last matchup on Friday night, but also Miesville's game last night at Champlin, just a phenomenal contest. Champlin does not stop coming at you. Miesville did everything they could, and eventually it was Jake Smith scoring the walk-off win in the bottom of the 9th inning. But not in the lineup, Jake, tonight, so it's Voyevich. Good fielder out in left field. 1-1 count from Spitzak. And Logan's MO was to get in and toss strikes as well. And go back to that 5th inning for Miesville. And that's where this spot in the order is where things really went awry for Thomas Thompson. He got a quick out, if you remember, then Max Morris singled. Voyevich walked. Then Max Gam walked. Eventually, Ben came around to score the Joey Werner fielder's choice. Or Matt Vanderbosch. Actually, it was Max Morris on the fielder's choice, and then Vanderbosch drove home Voyevich with the RBI single. At the time, Miesville with a 2-1 lead. And Chan comes roaring back with 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th. And now we're at the top of the 7th, 2-2 count on Voyevich, and he shatters his bat. That one was flying right at Hoffman, who contends with the bat, waits for it to land, then makes the play. Wow. And a great play by Zach. Hoffman had to wait. That bat made its way all the way to Hoffman at first base, and the ball was on its way too. Not a good feeling, probably, and to dodge a large chunk of wood flying at your head, but Zach lets the bat land and get by him. Ben makes the play on the ball. It's the composure type plays that we see over and over again from Chanhassen. And that's why they're able to win games in big moments. You marvel at this run. They're pushing their way here toward a 4th straight title. Look at games in round 2, an elimination game. They play Rochester. Rochester, really, really good team. Matt Meyer, one of the best pitchers in the tournament. And they out-hit in that game, but John Straka just hangs in there. And they gut out a 2-1 victory. Brandon Arnold clutching that one with the RBI single. It's just what they do. Now it's Max Gam back to the top of the order. 2-1 count. His first time facing Spitzak here tonight. They're going to say he went. Home plate umpire calls that one. 2-2 the count. Cooling down a bit here. As we move later into the evening. Early September baseball. Nothing better. Strike 3 called. Spitzak curves that one back over the plate. And Gam doesn't like the call, but it looked like it curved in. And now it's Joey Werner. Joey continues to play well. Singled, stole a base back in the 1st inning. Grounded out in the 3rd. And fielder's choice RBI back in the 5th. You remember at the time, Chan played the infield back, so Joey doing his job and getting the ball on the ground. Driving in Miesville's first run. Good pitch there from Spitzak. So Spitzak returned to the Redbirds after taking last year off. Took last year off with COVID. He had a new baby. So decided to protect the family. He's also an elementary teacher. We've got some teachers in this Chanhassen staff. Actually listed as the number 3 starter in the rotation, but obviously long relief, something he can do and something he's being asked to do here tonight. All tournament team in 18 and 19. The Redbirds trying to lock in this title. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Warner able to hang with the Birds 27-2 in the regular season. Undefeated in regions, undefeated through to this point anyway. The state tournament. Another successful summer for the Birds, trying to cap it off here. Top of the 7th, 2 outs, 1-2 the count. Spitzak loads up to fire away to Werner again, and again Joey fights it off. Logan logged 41 innings in the regular season, 11 appearances, 6 games started, 3-0 record, 1 save. As Werner this time keeps the ball in the park, but still foul, so it remains 1-2. Joey, a pesky at bat here for Miesville, making Spitzak work for it. And he rips that one to the gap. That one is down off the 355 sound. Werner trots into second with a 2-out stand-up double. And Joey continues to rake here. And he put together a really nice at-bat, set on that 1-2 count. Fouled off 3 or 4 pitches before ripping that one to the gap. And now Vanderbosch up again. Another opportunity for a clutch spot. Vanderbosch, the 6th RBI in the tournament earlier with the RBI single. 2 RBI singles last night against Champlin. Matt loves to come up in these spots. Former, as mentioned, Hastings star, then went to Oral Roberts. Summit League Player of the Year. Eventually Red Sox Minor League Player of the Year. In the early and mid-2000s in that organization. Sees 2 pitches, both balls from Spitzak. Vanderbosch first pitch swinging his last time up in that RBI single. Now taking a couple pitches from Spitzak. This one lifted to left. Ranging over and underneath it is Paff. Makes the play. Spitzak gets out of it. Miesville strands 1. It's still 5-2 Redbirds in command.
Such news! It's everything I ever wanted.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
Bottom of the 7th inning in Chaska. The Chan Redbirds Up 5-2. And it'll be Jugs, Michael Dragella leading things off. Loud single for Dragella's last time up. He is 1 for 3. Dragella part of that big 5th inning. There are 2 outs. Brandon Arnold got on, and then Dragella got into one for a loud single. There were 2 on, and that led to the 3-run jack from Zach Hoffman. Zach on deck right now. Quick 0-2 from Sjogren, still in relief for Miesville, trying to hold down the fort. Relieved Matt Moore, who was the starter. Hung in there for 4 solid innings. Skies that one into the night sky here in Chaska. Ronnie Sweeney hangs with it and hauls it in. 1 up, 1 down. And now it's Zach Hoffman. So if you consider this bookends for Hoffman, and again, depending, long ways to go in this game, but if this were to be the final contest for Chanhassen in the tournament, he started off the big home run first game against Moorhead. So far has the hit of the night, a mammoth shot out to left field. And that was against Matt Moore. Now faces Sjogren for the first time in this game. If you remember that at bat, it was 3-0, and Zach struck out the first 2 times up against Moore, but he worked it to 3-0 and then to 3-1. And it was a hitter's count, 2 on. Moore trying to get out of the inning. Zach loaded up and showed off that power. 2-0 the count now. Sjogren obviously wants to be careful with him, but Zach a smart enough hitter to know when he's in a good spot. And then it's 2-1 now. That one comes across high, so again 3-1 the count on Zach. A lot of hard hit balls here tonight. Only one has left the yard. Off the bat, a big number 24. So 3-1 the count, 1 out. In there for strike 2. Sjogren throwing in a couple curveballs here. See what he goes to here. Outside, fastball misses by a wide margin, and it's a walk to Hoffman. So 1 out, 1 on. And now it's Riley Johnson. He was a part of that 5th inning rally as well. After the big play from Hoffman, Johnson reached on an error and eventually scored on the Ben Lavorsi almost home run. We have a pinch runner for Hoffman, by the way. Did not catch the name and can't see the number. Eventually track it down here. Swinging on the first pitch is Johnson. Nice play by Morris. Goes to second. Sprout on the turn. Not in time. So pinch runner eliminated. 2 outs now in the inning. And Johnson standing on first. Going to be Ben Lavorsi coming up. As mentioned, the almost home run by Ben Lavorsi. So that's baseball for you, right? The loud home run from Hoffman. And when you look at the book for Lavorsi, it'll say RBI single, which is good enough, of course. But if you saw it in live action, he got into it and ripped it to the wall and right. Took a huge turn at first, decided to go back. Joey Warner played it perfect off the wall. Got it into second quickly. So an RBI single in the books, and that's how it'll look for eternity. Unless you pull the tape here on Prep Spotlight, see it with your own eyes. 0-2 quickly the count. This lefty on lefty matchup. Goes back to the outside and low, trying to get Lavorsi to chase. Pitch is high. And now you've got the Miesville crowd on hand, getting a little edgy. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. 1 on for Lavorsi. Sjogren has been good in relief. Again, just trying to hang in there. And again, it's called a ball. And now Sjogren is wondering how that missed. So full count. Still a good crowd on hand as things are cooling off September evening. And he misses here, so the second walk in the inning. Johnson down to second. First and second for Justin Anderson. Anderson still trying to find it here. He struck out his first 2 times up, grounded out back in the 5th. We have another pinch runner in the inning here. It is Jacob Marasco. He runs for Lavorsi. So first and second, 2 good runners on. In particular, Riley Johnson, the leadoff guy, leadoff runner on second. Already scored a run in this game. Big spot for Justin Anderson. Takes strike 1. Anderson also, like Spitzak, took last year off COVID precautions. Think about that. Chan undefeated in the tourney, their 3rd straight title. As that one is lifted to right. Werner on the move. Can he get there? He can. It's a fair ball. Riley Johnson is in. Throw goes to second. So Werner couldn't get there. And it's another run. Anderson just drops that one into right. And that had to be placed perfectly because Werner's got great speed out there.
Second baseman, number 6, Aaron Buckner.
So the walks coming around to haunt Sjogren here as Klepner comes up. Sjogren drops a strike in right away. And 2 walks interspersed in the inning. And eventually, now Chan able to push one across here with the RBI single. Ninth hit on the night for Chanhassen. That one way inside. 1-2 the count. Justin Arnold on deck. Bottom half of the order here. Creating some damage in the late innings. Strike 3 called on Klepner, so Sjogren works his way out of it, but the Birds tack on one more, and they lead it 6-2 as we head to the 8th inning in the Class B championship in Chaska.
Such news! It's everything I ever wanted.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
Austin Ledoux will lead things off for the Mud Hens in the 8th inning. It's getting late here. Class B championship. Again, Chanhassen hoping it's the only game in the championship. Miesville would have to beat Chan twice. If they rally here tonight, they would force the final decisive championship game tomorrow right back here, mid-afternoon in Chaska. And it's Logan Spitzak out for another inning in relief. Brandon Arnold on his giddy-up. It's going to have to be a play by Hoffman, and he makes it. Arnold throwing on the run. Able to get Ledoux thanks to the assist from Zach Hoffman. And now it's Nate Hammis' turn. Hammis, the hammer, 0 for 3 here tonight. Spitzak had to come in the top of the 5th inning. So he continues to work here. 0-1 count on Hammis, 0-2. So 0-2 the count. Check swing. And they check it. Actually, they haven't gotten a call yet from the umpire, at least I didn't see it down the line. So strike 3 called, 3 pitches, and Hammis is out. And 2 quick outs for Spitzak. Now Ronnie Sweeney comes up. Ronnie also trying to find it here tonight. 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Miesville does have 6 hits. Spitzak confident now with that 4-run lead. He's just throwing strikes. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Strike 3 called. Spitzak makes quick work of the Mud Hens in the 8th. 6-2 Birds in command in the late innings. They will be up in the bottom of the 8th. Back to live action in just a second on PrepSpotlight.tv. Andrew Mulkey, a pinch hitter. Start things off for the Redbirds in the bottom of the 8th inning. He bats for Justin Arnold. Would think that Justin, who plays stellar out there in right field, would re-enter as the right fielder. Justin can make things happen on the bottom of the order, but 0 for 2 with the sac bunt, so they're going to pinch hit Mulkey here. Maybe try to spark something late, add a little cushion here. Birds up 6-2 for the 6 runs coming back in the bottom of the 5th inning. 3 of those off the bat of Zach Hoffman. They're able to tack one on last inning. RBI single from Justin Anderson. In the meantime, Logan Spitzak has been in control. There was bullpen action. Can't see who it is now walking in from the bullpen. My guess is that would be Nablo. Miles Stellar, relief pitcher. As we have a full count right now on the pinch hitter Mulkey. Mulkey able to hang 3-2 the count. Great day of baseball here in Chaska. 3 Class C games before this one. Full count pitch again to Mulkey. Inside, he golfs that one out to the left side, so he was way ahead of that one. As Sjogren went back to the curve or slider, and came in on the hands and fought off by Mulkey. Three-two pitch again is low. The leadoff man on for the Birds. And now to the top of the lineup, it's Aaron Paff, and we're going to have a pinch runner. It's going to be Justin. Justin Arnold re-entering now as the pinch runner. Now if we go to Paff, he was active early, a single and a double to start things off. His 3rd inning double. A hustle play later came around to score in the RBI single from Brandon Arnold. Since then he has struck out and grounded out. Now with the runner on. And the pitch from the lefty Sjogren is high and inside, 1-0. We mentioned the Class C games. Class C always a lot of fun. A lot of fun in the single elimination. Saw Watertown win twice to move on to tomorrow's final. They will play at high noon over in Waconia against the Sobieski Skis. Also, want to give a shout out and a thank you once again for Pat Cheetah, star player for Watertown, friend of the program, joined us on the 3rd inning. Talk about the experience so far for the Devils. They will play for the championship tomorrow, and if Watertown can overcome the great Skis of Sobieski, it'll be their 2nd all-time title. Their last one came 70 years ago in 1951. And it's Aaron Paff now 2-2 the count, batting for the Redbirds, who are looking to secure a 4th straight Class B title. Just unbelievable as that one skirts under the glove of Morrison into left. So 3 hits on the day for Paff from that leadoff spot. And Chan back in business right away. First and second with nobody out, and they're going to make a move to the bullpen here. So we're going to step away quickly here, take a break. Set you up with a new pitcher when we come back. Chan up 6-2 and threatening, live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
New pitcher for Miesville is Thomas Bruku. A right-hander out of the bullpen, making his first appearance in the state tournament. So the Hens, to get this far in, all arms on deck. So Matt Moore, starter, make his first appearance in the tournament. Thomas Sjogren came in, pitched well, but leaves in a bit of a jam here. First and second, nobody out, and Brandon Arnold now up to face Bruku. Lake Elmo native. Arnold shows bunt, pulls it back, ball one. Arnold toward the third base side and out. Bruku, another Stillwater High School prospect. And North Dakota State is where he plays his ball. Listed as a junior twice, granted the extra year of eligibility due to COVID-19. That pitch is outside, 2-1. So a lot of young, lively arms for Miesville. They are using them here tonight. Right now it's damage control. We've got Sweeney in, playing up first base, thinking Arnold might still try to lay one down. He's still trying to. That one down the third base side. Morris grabs it in foul territory now, 2-2 the count. So Arnold's goal here, trying to move the runners up. Bruku's been able to stop him from doing that so far. 2-2 the count. Brandon's going to try it again, and it's strike three on yet another foul on the bunt attempt. So Bruku winning that at bat, and now it's Michael Gergella's turn. Michael with one hit. And that was back in that big fifth inning, scored on the Hoffman home run. It's tight. Getting out of the way is Gergella, 1-0 the count. Again, Chan trying to pad the lead here. We'll see if they make a pitching change. Logan Spitzak has been so great in long relief. Nablo, another good arm out of the bullpen. Right now trying to take care of business at the plate. 1-1 the count, one out. 2-1 for Gergella. That one gets away from Hammis. Both runners move up. Oh, and taking a huge turn and then falling down at third base was Arnold. Or Justin Arnold. Mentioned Justin Chaska grad. Great football player. Great career. The Mavericks in Mankato. An athlete trying to make something happen. Big turn at third, scurries back. So it's second and third, 2-1 the count to Jugs, Gergella. 2-1 pitch, low and outside, 3-1. And now the intentional walk. a sprout that came in from second base. So the intentional walk to Georgella will load the bases here. 1 out for Zach Huffman. So how about that? That's, I guess, the situation that Miesville finds itself in. They're going to load the bases for Zach Huffman, who has a 3-run home run in this game. Sitting in that 4 spot right in the middle of the order. So Huffman, big opportunity to put a capper on this one. First pitch is high. Zach walked his last time up. He worked 2 really good at bats. And the baddie hit a home run. It was a 3-0 count, then eventually 3-1, as we mentioned last time. Same script last at bat, but then ended up coaxing the walk. Now it's a 1-1 count. Bruco is able to hit the outside corner. So again, bases loaded, 1 out. 6-2 lead for Chan, looking to add. Hoffman loads up on that swing. Comes up with air, however, so it's 1-2. And that pitch in the dirt. Bounces out in front of Hammis. 2-2 the count. I think of the Chanhassen trying to close out the season with just 2 losses. Adding to the trophy case. 4 straight titles, and you think all these close games, and how do they pull it off? We had Pat Cheetah on earlier. Great piece of color commentary from Pat as the 2-2 pitch now to Hoffman. That one squibbed back to Bruco, but he can't handle it. So Arnold comes in to score. E1 and a 7-2 lead for the Redbirds.
Center fielder, number 14, Riley Johnson.
Riley Johnson's turn. Riley been active today. He singled back in the second inning, stole a base. Then he flew out in the 4th, but in the 5th, he reached on an error and scored. In the 7th, reached on a fielder's choice and scored. Riley's got speed, playing that center field position. He's put it to use on the base pass here today as well. So still 1 out, still bases loaded. And strike 1 for Bruco. Bruco into the game. Relief of Sjogren. And Hoffman is on base. He had the longest hit of the game and perhaps the shortest to get on base as that hits him. So Johnson earns another trip onto the base pass and an RBI. And now things really getting away from Miesville. 8-2. Half in on the play, and now it's Ben Lavorsi. Doesn't get any easier for Bruco. Still 1 out. Still bases loaded. Big left-handed hitting catcher for Chanhassen comes up. But as we were talking to Pat Cheetah earlier, good piece of color commentary, he said, hey, look, these guys are just really good. Just a really good team, and obviously in the great category in the all-time annals of state and amateur baseball, as they're pulling away from Miesville here this inning. No 1 count. Is low, ball 1, 1-1. Lavorsi has walked twice. Big RBI single off the right field wall earlier. Rips one high in the sky to right. Werner tracking it, takes forever to come down. Tagging and scoring from third. Well, the throw comes all the way through, but ahead of that throw and scoring is Georgella. All runners moving up. 2 outs in the inning now, but another runner in. Runners on second and third.
The designated hitter, number 27, Justin Anderson.
Morsi, sac fly RBI. Justin Anderson, the DH, comes up. Justin singled his last time up. Knocked in a run. Swings through the first pitch from Bruku. Chanhassen pulling away here, up 9-2, 3 runs in the inning. That one to the right side, 0-2. The inning started. Pinch hitter Andrew Mulkey working a walk. Justin Arnold re-entered, ran for him. And a single by Paff. Another walk. Error hit batter. And a sac fly. Just like that, 3 runs on the board for the Redbirds. Now into third, Max Morris vacuums it up. Strong throw. Guy's got a live arm over there at third. Throws out Anderson. 3 outs, separating the Redbirds from their 4th straight championship. Don't go anywhere. The top of the 9th up next on PrepSpotlight.tv. Three outs away from an amazing 4th straight Class B state title. And in to try to close it out is Miles Nablo, veteran closer of this club. He has 1 inning pitched in the tournament. That's it. And it was a clean inning and then some. He struck out all 3 batters he faced. So Nablo, 20 innings in the regular season. Made his way into 13 games, 4 saves and 4 opportunities, 24 strikeouts in those 20 innings. And he starts off with strike number 1 to a pinch hitter here for the Mud Hens. And off the bench, Jordy Hirsch. Jordy down 0-2 quickly. Slap that towards second. Klepner moves up on it, gets it out of his glove, shovels it over to Huffman for out number 1. 1 quick out for Miles Nablo in relief of Logan Spitzak. So Logan relieved the starter, Thomas Thompson. Relieved him in the 5th inning and was brilliant once again in long relief. And now it's Miles Nablo trying to shut the door and bring home Chanhassen's 4th straight state title. Max Morris, though, tough out. Max has 1 hit in this game and a run scored. Nablo starts him off with the ball. Strike 1, 1-1. That one slapped towards short, going low and getting his Arnold throwing on the run. Brandon makes that one look easy. Now 1 out away, the Redbirds. And Voyevich will try to keep things moving for the Mud Hens, keep things alive here, but
Now batting for Miesville, the left fielder, number 6.
the Redbirds just 1 out away, capturing yet another title. Nablo just misses on the first pitch to Voyevich. 1-0 the count. Swinging and driving it to the left side. It's Giorgella securing it. The dynastic run continues. 4 straight for the Redbirds.
Congratulations go out to the Miesville Mudhens for a superior season.
Chanhassen does it again, an undefeated run through the bracket. Another title, unbelievable. 4 straight now for Chanhassen. So we'll recap this one quickly as they move the table out to hand over the hardware. A 9-2 final here. In the bottom of the 3rd, Aaron Paff doubled. Brendan Arnold brought him in with an RBI single. In the top of the 5th, 1-out single from Max Morris of Miesville, then back-to-back walks. Fielder's choice RBI from Joey Warner, then an RBI single from player-manager Matt Vanderbosch. It was 2-1 Mud Hens. Changed the look of this game for a moment, but in the bottom of the 5th, a pair of 2-out singles. Zach Hoffman, a 3-run blast, and that really what pushed the Redbirds on in this game, and in front they never looked back. 4-2 at that point. Riley Johnson then reached on an error, came around on an RBI single off of the right field wall from Ben Lavorsi, and it was 5-2. They would tack on another RBI single from Justin Anderson in the 7th, and 3 more runs in the bottom of the 8th inning to sew this thing up. Logan Spitzak was brilliant in relief. Miles Nablo comes in to close it out. And they've just announced that Zach Huffman was named the player of this game. No surprise there. Zach started the tournament with a 3-run homer, ends it in the final game with a 3-run homer. And there you have it, a 9-2 victory over Miesville. And again, another undefeated run back-to-back years through the state tournament for Chanhassen. And an unbelievable 4 straight state titles. The 2021 crown will now be put up on the mantle. The Redbirds, congratulations as well to General Manager Terry Kemble. He's been the general manager since the team reformed in 2010. She has done just a phenomenal job helping build this team, so congratulations to Terry as well. Player manager Brandon Arnold. We're now going to go down to the floor as we go down live to the trophy presentation.
Baseball championship. It's the 4th for Chanhassen. Congratulations, man. Congratulations on a wonderful season also. Before I turn this over to Mark Horsman, the chairman of the board of directors of Minnesota Amateur Baseball Board, again, just wanted to say thanks to all of you for making this so special. I mean, you're part of what makes this a success, being part of this celebration, and that's what it really is. We're so excited about the result in our community. And speaking for Laconia also, we're proud to have you be in our park, enjoy our facility, watch this wonderful baseball, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say thanks to all of our volunteers. This is a community effort. From the time we bid and made our proposal to the board here, and they said you can have the tournament in 2021. And the time it took to put it in, to prepare and to get ready, I mean, we couldn't be happy with the result. And we're really proud of the result. And thanks for making this so special. Why don't we give ourselves all a hand for that? And to our volunteers, thanks to each and every one of you. You know who we are, you put in tons of time, and we're so very proud of you and want to say thanks. So thanks to all of our cast of people that have been part of this, and it couldn't have happened and been the success it is without all of your time and effort. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mark Horsman, the chair of the board, and he can take it from here.
Thanks, Bob. I'd just like to take an opportunity here to introduce my board. Mike Nagel from Bird Island, our secretary-treasurer. Bill Krieger from Green Island. Don Garretts from Sartell. Gary Schlepper from Shakopee. Jason Kirshner from Glencoe. Dennis Brennan from Hinckley. Tom Lemke from Broughton. And Ken Boat from El Rosa. I'd also like to, we've got our guys doing our scores up there. Thank you. I'd like to introduce our scores. We have a three-generation thing going on this year. We have Dan Klein, Justin Klein, and Jack has entered the ranks of our scores from Red Wing. John Sand from Victoria, Brian Larson from Eden Prairie, Mike Ripberger from Maple Plain, Dave Wetland from Broughton, Jim Zellman from Norwood, and Marty Brandel from Springfield.
See you guys.
Thank you, gentlemen, for doing all of what you do. At this time, I'd just like to give a shout out to our great host here in Chaska and Hamburg, who hosted a lot of our B games. They just did a tremendous job. We appreciate their cooperation and all the things and all the volunteers who made it so special for all of our fans, to us as board members. And I'd just like to recognize Bob Repke, Les Dahlberg, and John Rico for a fine job of being chairman this year. And the biggest thanks goes to all the people that come to the park to support amateur baseball. We're on a boom people with Fox 9 and prep sports and all the stuff that the coverage we're getting right now. We're thanking you in this way, and we thank you because we are at right now 19,399 fans. After tomorrow, we will go over the 20,000 mark for our C championship over in Laconia. That record hasn't been since 1959. At this time, I would like to have Tom Lemke present the runner-up trophy to the Miesville Mudhens. And to our four-time consecutive champions, Gary Schlepper will give the trophy to the Chanhassen Redbirds. At this time, I'd like Dennis Brennan to present that bat to Chanhassen Redbirds. This next award, it's my honor to introduce Mike, son of Mike Davison Award. His son Corey is here with his Mike's two grandchildren, Connor and Kaya. They flew all the way in here from Texas because this is our second time, and they wanted to be present to award this honor to the individual who's going to get this award. So, the kids want to come up. So, you may not know, but Mike Davison was a Minnesotan who pitched for the San Francisco Giants. One of the Dodger scouts, Jerry Raditz, was touched by a letter from his grandson and decided to donate $5,000 to amateur baseball. So we thought, well, he said use it however you want. We thought, well, we got to do something cool. So we decided to create an award that's similar to the Cy Young Award, which is the Mike Davison Award. It's awarded to the top pitcher in all three classes in amateur baseball. So, with no further ado, also I'd just like to add, as Connor is following in his grandfather's footsteps, as he's quite a pitcher himself, and we wish him good luck going forward. The Mike Davison Award is the MBA's version of the Cy Young Award, to be given to the tournament's most outstanding pitcher. This individual, at 25 innings pitched, gave up 17 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 3 base on balls, 26 Ks with an ERA of 1.08. He was 3-0. Congratulations, John Strachan. Our next award is also a new award. It's won by our corporate sponsors. It's the Max Bat Silver Slugger Award, and Joe Krieger will be giving that out. This individual was 8 for 23, 4 extra base hits, 10 runs scored, 6 RBIs, 3 base on balls, 4 stolen bases, an average of 348, on base percentage 462, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, slugging percentage is .652. Congratulations, Joey Warner. Joey will also receive 3 custom bats from Max Bat, Maple Bats, whatever he wants. So at this time, I'd like to throw it up to my PA announcer, and we're going to give out the individual awards to our champions. And doing that will be Tom Lemke and Ken Holt.
As I call your name, please come forward and accept your reward. The Bat Boy, Ian Underseer. Number 2, Noah Drush. Number 7, Mitch Cummins. Number 8, Logan Zitzak. Number 11, Joe Jersak. Number 13, Zach Underseer. Number 16, Jacob Morasco. Number 17, John Straka. Number 20, Miles Nathan Rosenberg. Number 22, Zach Hartford. Number 25, Cody Dolan. Number 28, Chris Scholl. Number 42, Jack Nemitz. Number 44, Andrew Mulkey. The left fielder, number 5, Aaron Pack. The shortstop, number 1, Brandon Arnold. The third baseman, number 4, Michael Gergella. The first baseman, number 24, Zach Hoffman. The center fielder, number 14, Riley Johnson. The pitcher, number 23, Brent Lavorsi. The designated hitter, number 27, Justin Anderson. The second baseman, number 6, Aaron Kuttner. The right fielder, number 9, Justin Arnold. And today's starting pitcher, number 12, Thomas Thompson. Congratulations goes out to the Chanhassen Redbirds.
At this time, I would like to have Dennis Brennan, Jason Kirshner, and Gary Schlepper announce our all-tournament team.
Brett Herber, Newmarket. Anybody from Newmarket here can come out and get it any break. Ethan Machi, Champlin. Matt Meyer, Rochester. Scott Leiden, Newmarket. Sam Riola, Champlin. John Straka, Chanhassen. Riley Ahern, Miesville. Michael Gergella, Chanhassen. Jake Dickmeyer, Miesville. Aaron Paff, Chanhassen. Max Morris, Miesville. Zach Hoffman, Chanhassen. Joey Werner, Miesville. Brandon Arnold, Chanhassen. Matt Vanderbosch, Miesville. Congratulations.
At this time, I would like John Garretts and Mike Nagel. They will be presenting the Fred Roofs MVP Award.
Good evening. It's my privilege to present this year's MVP Award. This award has a new twist and special meaning starting this year, as it is now and will always be named in memory of Fred Roofs, who was our past president who passed away in January. You already already know his tournament stat line. And the winner of the very first Fred Roofs Memorial MVP Award, his second in a row, is Mr. John Straka.
That concludes our awards presentation. And I would like to thank all you fans,
It's a
all you
four-peat
volunteers, all you players.
for Chanhassen, the Redbirds, securing their fourth straight state championship. We hope you enjoyed the award ceremony as John Straka takes home tournament MVP honors for the third consecutive season. Not surprising, 3 wins in the tournament again for him. Congratulations to Chanhassen, their 4th straight state Class B title. Congratulations to the Miesville Mud Hens, making it to the final round once again. Great season for Matt Vanderbosch and his crew, and we thank everybody that helped us out in putting these broadcasts together. It's been a pleasure. Started out 3 weekends ago out in Hamburg, which handled most of the Class B bracket, but we've had you from start to finish here on PrepSpotlight.tv. We've got one more, by the way, tomorrow at noon in Waconia. Be sure to tune back in to PrepSpotlight.tv for that Class C matchup. That's still to be decided. The Class C bracket will be Sobieski taking on Watertown tomorrow at noon in Waconia. Be sure to tune in. So, hey, it's been a fun ride. So we're going to sign off here tonight. Congrats once again, posing for the team picture to Chanhassen. For the great Greg Wilpert on camera, I am Eric Murphy, saying have a great rest of your holiday weekend, everybody.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Town Ball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.